Hey, Eric Mortimer here. I've got a very special guest, Bob Reeder of Canadian Mortgage Professionals. And believe it or not, he just completed his 10,000th mortgage. So we definitely have an expert today. And I brought in Bob to talk to you because my last video talked about how sales are going crazy right now in the area. But it's not all rainbows for everybody. There's some people that are having a hard time, so we're going to talk about some options for you and what your options are for deferring your mortgage, and also what the ramifications are for that. And if you've already deferred your mortgage, what's going to be happening in the coming months. So stay tuned. So I'm going to do the interview a la COVID style here with Bob, so it looks a little bit different than normal. So Bob, what options do people have that are having a hard time currently?
The banks have been offering a deferred payment program that has to be, well, it's individual. It's for individuals that are struggling, been laid off, or their expenses are piling up, and they just don't have the money to make the regular mortgage payments. My advice would be to contact the lender immediately if that's your situation. Each case is handled individually, and each lender has their own program. It's not a government program. It's basically up to each lender to offer the opportunity that they're comfortable with. So they'll take into consideration people's circumstances, where they're at with their current income, if they're on UI or whatever they're on, and establish a time frame for repayment. Now that could be anywhere from 1 month to 6 months generally, depending on the lender.
So up to 6 months, that's great. So one of the most important things I think we talked about is not ignoring the banks. The worst thing you can do is nothing, right?
Boy, maintaining your credit is super important, not only now but for the future. But as far as the reporting agencies, Equifax or TransUnion, the bank would need to be informed immediately if you've got any trouble at all. And if you anticipate having any trouble making your payments, contact the bank immediately. I can't stress that strongly enough. Each bank will then offer an opportunity based on your circumstances, and each bank has a different format for repayment of the loan too, and I think that should be clarified with your lender at that time, how they would actually require you to repay the portion that's being deferred.
Yeah, so that's the next question. There's a number of people, when COVID first hit, they took advantage of those deferrals. I think the first thing, a lot of those people don't realize that it affects their credit, and second, what's going to happen with the mortgage in the end. Is it there's a lot of people talking about the payments skyrocketing in September and October, but it doesn't sound that way, and that they'll skyrocket, but they could possibly increase, right?
Well, some lenders handle that differently. Some lenders will add the payment on renewal, whether it's 2 or 3 or 4 years from now. They'll add the portion that's accumulated, the interest and the payment that's accumulated, and add that to the mortgage balance, and then refinance it. Some lenders will add the payment as soon as the deferral program's over, whether it's 1 month or 6 months or whatever. They'll add the payment immediately, right, and increase the payment to reflect over the remaining amortization period of the mortgage, the repayment.
So people who are coming due in September, October, depends on who their lender is, their payments may go up slightly, or they may not go up at all. They may go up on renewal.
Yeah, and that's another issue. If somebody's on the deferral program, I'm a little bit concerned, because the lenders have an option to renew the mortgage or not. And if somebody's within the deferral program and they're laid off, the lender may extend the mortgage or offer a renewal.
Right, they don't have to.
They don't have to, though. Yeah.
And CERB's going to be running out for a lot of people, so that's their only source of income for some people right now too. So
I'm a little concerned about how that's going to be handled, but I guess we'll see as these mortgages come up for renewal what the lender's approach is going to be. Generally, they don't worry about confirming income or anything if the mortgage is left exactly the way it is and it's just renewed. I always caution everybody to shop around when they're looking for renewal, because there is generally room. The lenders don't generally offer their best opportunity on renewal, but nonetheless.
So if you're not concerned, do remember to renegotiate what you get.
Oh gosh, every single time. Leverage them. Call me, I'll help you.
All right, well, thanks a bunch, Bob. That's some great points for people that have concerns, some people that have already started the process, and people that are not in trouble that want to make sure they get the greatest deal, because there's some, it's almost free money out there right now, isn't it?
Oh gosh, I mean, we've got high ratio mortgages under 2% now, so it's just ridiculous. It's almost like stealing. But it's very good.
So there you have it. There's options, and if you are looking at making a sale as your last option, you can contact us. We also have our guaranteed sales program. Make sure to check out guaranteedsales.ca, or just give me a call, text, or email at 403-827-8081, as selling is always an option too. Until next time, I'm Eric Mortimer, real estate agent and agent of change, helping you solve your problems and realize your dreams.